Hello, everyone. Welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host, Liam, aka Himbar. I'm a little bummed because I need to refilm this video because my daughter walked in, and I don't have editing software as of right now to edit her out. So here we are. It's been 3 years of Liam's Lyceum. I started this channel on July 20th, 2021. My first video came out July 21st. So we're a few days early, but here we are. So I remember last year, sorry. I had just graduated with my BA. I was all hopeful, stuff like that. I still haven't got a job with that degree at all. It took me 5 months to get any job, actually. So that's a bummer. But I did start my master's degree, so in my MA program. That's good. But as far as the channel is concerned, I mean, I have 755 videos out as of recording this. Like 300 reviews or something, like 355 reviews, I believe, as well. Yeah, and then let's see. So you got 121 Poetry Thursday videos before I switched that to a different channel. 57 Forgotten Realms videos. 89 Sword and Sorcery videos. Some videos on like Gene Wolfe and Fritz Leiber. 96 sci-fi videos. 11 philology videos, and so forth. So it's been a good 3 years so far. I didn't talk to any author, I don't think, this last year, at least on my channel. I do remember talking to Howard Andrew Jones about August, I think, last year on Nico's channel. And I've had some good stuff on other channels this year, for sure, this past year. But it's nice to look back and think where I was when I started this. I was a stay-at-home dad, actually, when I started this channel. I had just lost my job the month before. And was watching my two girls. I lived in Colorado at the time as well, and then it was only 6 months after that, though, I moved up to Idaho and continued my education. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I think in some ways I feel kind of like an outsider, and in BookTube in a sense. Like I don't focus only on fantasy. I don't focus only on indie or traditionally published stuff. I just do whatever, and I have some of this random philology stuff that I'll throw in there occasionally. And Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. But hopefully some people find the videos worthwhile. I have found it worthwhile, and for a lot of reasons. The community is a big one. And yeah, hopefully it helps with some future opportunities. But if not, then I mean, I still find it a worthwhile endeavor. So I just wanted to go over some of my favorite videos, pretty much from this past year. Just talk about them a little bit more in depth. So the first, I think the oldest, I think I could do these in order, actually. We have the King of Speculative Fiction video I did, which is on Fritz Leiber. I'm just recommending books by Fritz Leiber and short stories by him. For sci-fi, fantasy, and horror, he wrote a lot in each of those genres. He's considered a master, pretty much, of those genres. I mentioned that in this video, his awards and whatnot. And he's a pretty great writer, and I'm a big fan. And he's not very well known these days. In fact, I kind of want to run I was at that time I made that video. I was thinking I'm going to make a class kind of on Fritz Leiber. How the heck I would do that, I don't really know, but I think he deserves more attention, and that'd be for people who haven't read anything by him, or maybe a little. I haven't read all his novels, though. I've read a lot of his short stories. That he's got so many, it's going to take me a while to get through all of them. But even some of his longer works, like You're All Alone, or The Silver Eggheads, or A Spectre's Haunting Texas, haven't read those. I haven't even finished the dealings of Daniel Kesselrick, even. So there's a few I have left to get through. But I'm a big fan still, and I plan on doing that eventually. And yeah, that's a video I really enjoyed doing. I also did a Classics of Sword and Sorcery Fantasy Literature video, which actually now is my most popular video. At the time, actually, as of a couple of weeks ago, it was one of my more popular videos, had about 4,000, 5,000 views, something like that. But then YouTube decided to promote it just like this last week, and now it has 16,000 or something more than that. It's my most popular video now, which is kind of interesting. That's a video that was as kind of as a a partner video in association. I can't speak English right now. The companion video to a What is Sword and Sorcery video I did near the beginning of my channel. And I had meant to do this was one of the classics of Sword and Sorcery video, but I wanted to have read pretty much at least the main classics I was going to cover, at least in some form, right? Like I've only read one Kane novel, for example. But I wanted to be able to know what the heck I was talking about, but I needed to be able to mention something like Kane, right? So I've done that now. And so I made that video, and it's really popular. It's definitely my most liked video. It's my most viewed video. So probably most comments. I'm not sure though. Yeah. And then I also did some videos on the Big Book of Cyberpunk. I did these with my buddy Tim. I really enjoyed those. It's nice to be able to read a book, such a big book, not by myself, because it'll get me through it better and faster. And also just to dive so deeply into a genre has been really fun. And to do it with someone is a lot better than do it by myself. Especially since I think people like discussion videos anyways. If I just got on here and talked about the Big Book of Cyberpunk by myself. I mean, I've done short story videos before, and they do terribly. Okay, like no one comments on them, no one watches them. So even though I love reading short stories, I'd have to make more specific dedicated videos to a short story, and then maybe it'll get something. But I generally don't want to normally either for most short stories I read. But anyways, yeah, so those two Big Book of Cyberpunk videos I did for Society and Self sections of the American version of Big Book. The UK version is slightly different, but I have read section 3, so hopefully section 3 video comes out soon. And then also there's other two. These last two are a bit more academic focused. I mean, I made a couple videos like this, like the Kinghorn video and the Winters in the World video, which I've been big fans of, and even like the Stuff Tolkien Read video. But in particular, the Castle of Otranto video, which I translated into Gothic. The first 3 sentences, I did that for my Gothic class. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that. And it took me forever, like 6 hours translation. They're long sentences, but I discovered it was really hard to translate something that is English and not like a wooden English into Gothic. Very difficult, or into any dead language. I mean, I did more recently have to translate like a little phrase into Latin, and that was a lot easier. But I guess it was a much smaller thing to translate as well. So, but I'm glad to have that out there. It was a very intellectually trying and expanding exercise. And came out a few months ago, I think, in spring, sometime in April. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that video. And another one is actually my most recent video, Wednesday video, actually my last one. So it came out just a couple weeks ago. And that is the Liminality in the Angevin Empire presentation I did for this little symposium I'm kind of co-hosting with my brother. And that's fun literature. It looks kind of at Arthuriana, even some early Arthuriana. And it's fun. I enjoyed doing that video. It's not super popular. Again, I don't think that's what most people subscribe to me for. But I like that in my case that this Liam's Lyceum thing it's my Lyceum. I don't want to do exactly what everyone else is doing. I want to just talk about the books I want to talk about, and that generally doesn't overlap with a lot of other booktubers. But I think that's fine, and particularly the philology stuff doesn't really overlap with much of anyone in the world, let alone on BookTube, let alone on YouTube. And really not at all on BookTube. So, I mean, I guess Philip Chase actually is slightly, but in some sense. But he also doesn't. His videos don't focus in that direction normally. But and most of mine don't, anyways. Either I have very few philology videos. Another one would be like also from this last year is the chauvinistic love of words, and it's the reason why you haven't heard of philology, and that gets into kind of like nationalism and Nazis and virtue signaling and whatnot. So that's an expansion of an essay I wrote actually for a seminar. But yes, anyways, so those are the videos I'm kind of more proud of, the ones that took more time to get through. Like also one I forgot actually is I did a video finally on like reading 100 Forgotten Realms novels because I hit that goal this year. And so I mean I've hit some good goals I am at like 1,700 subscribers. I even kind of forgot. I guess I don't really care that much about subscribers. I think it was like 9 months ago I hit 1,000. So I'm not even sure. Maybe in this last year I've gotten about 1,000 or so. I feel like I definitely have grown more in this last year than I have uh, in the first 2 years. I did actually just get monetized as well. Like just the beginning of July, I have not been monetized, even though I had 1,000 subscribers for a while there. Um, so you can see ads on most of my videos now. Haven't had a YouTube paycheck. I probably won't make much money off this, which was the idea when I started. So hopefully I continue to at least review, uh, good and mediocre books for a long time to come. Hopefully I can do that for you guys. And hopefully I like the videos I mentioned, in particular are really the type of videos I'm most proud of. They're the type of videos I like to do, and they're the ones I want to do more of. Those take a lot more preparation in some sense. So we'll see how much more, many more of those come out. But if you want an idea of what I think of when I think of Liam's Lyceum, those are the videos I think of, right? Or at least in this last year. So, because there's other ones from previous years, of course. But anyways, that's just me rambling here for another video for you guys. I hope you're doing swell. I will catch you next time.